Okay, so this is gonna be a quick doubt session for the Discord members. Okay, let's get into it. This your top-down doubt. Whole week was an expansion week. You were expecting Friday to be a TGIF kind of back inside the range. Looks valid on the daily. Expansion throughout Monday till the objective. Yes, idea looks valid. Then, uh, this is PM session, so I won't use this, pay much attention to this. And 4 hours not too clean till 10 a.m. This is 10 a.m. This is 6, not too clean, so won't pay much attention to it. Orly is much clear. This was a manipulation of this low with SMT here. I would see it from your charts first, then I would use my charts as well. Friday open low high close, range high being here, price not reversing off of there, so framing just continuation off of till the current high of the day, I would say. I have the framework from previous days below, and Friday reached the range high and still bullish order flow, not reversing off of there, rejecting lows, SMT there, framing a simple 930 based continuation idea which was backed by the driver. That is what makes it makes me more willingly more willing to take it. It is backed by the 930 driver as well. Leave apart the other factors, 930 makes it more better, I would say. And here 930 kind of manipulation here. This is M15, this is 930 manipulation. So expecting the next driver is 9:45 10 a.m. to continue, high of the day being an objective. Price not reversing off of the relevant swing, hitting it, coming back and starting to displace higher. 930 drivers showing a manipulation on the low time frame and a bullish entry. So using it to frame till high of the day. This is an entry I personally took this long, but I took it around here, not M5 closer, M3 waited for M3 closer as well. M5 closed 2-3 minutes before M3. I personally took this M3 closer here. I do not remember the exact asset, but it would be from NQ or ES, not YM I would say. But 3 minute I used the framework from 5 minute, but executed after price closed through the 3 minute order block as well. Now this was valid as well. This looks valid just off of the low time frame framework. And if you talk about the daily profiling, framing the continuation away from a protected swing, yes, looks valid from this perspective. But most of the times I'm not so focused on the entry model, I'm focused on the narrative. Not most of the time, all the time. So here, just this, yes, it would have gave you 2 hour, yes, but just this does not give me proper narrative to frame this daily candle as a open high low close candle. So I would use this just as a framework to see how 930 driver reacts. If 930 gave me a bearish, would have given me a bearish setup instead of a bullish, then this is being respected by 930. Then I would have framed the daily range, daily open high from here, manipulating it till current low of the day around there, these failure swings. Get my point now? Manipulation off of here. I had this idea in my mind, but I was wanting to add driver's alignment to it, as the day I wasn't too confident in shorting, I wasn't too confident in longing prior to it. So then I had to wait for 930 driver to add it, to add the narrative from it to my advantage, to use the narrative from it to my advantage. But 930 gave me a bullish setup instead of a bearish. Then I am saying this is not reversal of a range high, so this is just a retracement. So retracement to expansion till there. Had 930 shown a manipulation to me, I would have shorted till current low of the day, maybe here as well. Having Friday open high low close. So more so narrative and not just entry model. Narrative wasn't properly confirmed that it would be bearish day. Yes, this would have gave you 2 hours. Okay, I'm okay missing out on that. So it is not about entry model, it is about narrative. Was I expecting the day to be bearish here? The narrative? No. Entry wise, the pattern wise, entry model wise, valid, yes. But narrative being the deciding factor here. So the factor I would have wanted is manipulation of this high here, and this should have been around there. 9:30 closing clearly through here, around there. 3 minute, maybe I would have taken a 3 minute OB here. If bearish, then I would have shorted it. You can frame it as true breakout through this low as well till the current low order. Get my point now? This is, I would say, 29 June or 27th June. Let me see. What did I take on 27th June? Whenever is 27th, नहीं 28 को पोस्ट करा होगा है, मैंने लिया था, मैं मार्च रहा हूँ. Yes, this. Okay, I took it on NQ. Highs being displaced through, lows being rejected. Friday continuation, bullish order flow. This was more of a relevance. Daily chart, opposing candles, supporting price higher, down close candle, supporting price higher, bullish order flow, lows being rejected, bullish order flow. Highs being displaced through, bullish order flow. So aligning that, and all-time high was still open, I would say. Yes, that's why, maybe. So then I would say you used the wrong range high. That's why I was too okay shorting, maybe. Now I get it. All-time high was still open. So to me, price is not giving any relevance to it. So this is not the weekly objective to me. So this could have been the weekly objective then. So to me, the objective is not met yet. So TGAF is kind of setup you frame back into the range. Yes, when Monday or Tuesday set the low of the week, and there is a continued expansion through Thursday or Friday, and the weekly objective has been met. Weekly objective is clearly would have been all is or would have been clearly all-time high, which was still open. So and this much of bullish order flow, so I would prefer framing a bullish continuation rather than bearish one, right? And the only level price, see why I included weekly profiling here. Only level price would have reversed here off of daily chart was this, but if not from daily chart, then it would have been this Tuesday's high, right? Or Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe. Let's see, Wednesday is high, right? This, if it would have wanted to frame manipulation over this, then Wednesday high would have been the best spot for it. But what do you see here? Thursday forms true breakout over Wednesday's high. Thursday forms true breakout. So Thursday is displacing through this. So I frame next day as confirmation. So previous day adds to my narrative in longing. Makes much more sense. I am using previous day's framework. Previous day is not reversing off of there, instead displacing through here. Expands into it, shows lack of willingness to return back, immediately starts to displace away. Next day's daily profile in line with it. All-time high objective still open, bullish order flow on the higher time frame. Only spot to reverse off of reverse without all-time high being tagged was this. But price is displacing through this, then all-time high becomes the objective. Previous day true breakout, previous day displacing through the relevant swing, next day continuation. Makes much more sense now. I wasn't too focused on that 3-5 minute continuation and shorting it. Just daily range continuation, 9:30 manipulation, 10 a.m. continuation. But I wasn't expecting the full move to happen on Friday, but just framing towards it. So high of the day would have been my objective, I would say. So see, I took the entry on M3, proper opposing run, clearly close through. Then high of the day objective for me. And a reason for me why I took out before all time high, uh, a guy not asked me, but we were having a convo. I took a partial at high of the day, and then I this was high of the day, and then I closed the rest at the standard deviations much higher than high of the day. It was a instinct kind of say. Whole week has been expanding, and price is still coming from a lot of expansion and relevant swing apart from all time high, which is high of the day has been it. So I'm more so focused on scaling rather than trailing. If I would have trailed, I would have. Don't have a proper spot to trail here, so I give more importance to scaling when you are in doubt that if you should trail to secure your profits, rather scale if you should trail or not, rather scale at that point. So I told myself if the framework still aligns, however the day is still being displaced, I would take another entry simply because I do have the bullish framework still in alignment, but I would take my full position off there and will re-enter with half risk if 10M gives a continuation entry. This was much more of a discretional idea, I would say. So now you get it. It was not just this M5 OB away from high of the day to short, and not just M3 OB to long. Why I avoided this and why I took this, more so from weekly profiling, what previous day did, what the weekly range is doing, and what the daily chart is telling me mainly. There is a reason I post these top downs. This was a more in-depth top down than the normal ones. I don't do it like this normally. There was a reason why I did this. Because it was a kind of not unorthodox trade, but not a simple one. Too good logic. Now you do get it. So thank you for asking the doubt. You made me go through it again, I would say. Now you get it. But miss अब मार चलनी है भाई, मजा आ गया अपने ट्रेड का रिकैप देख के। तो बड़ा मस्त लिया था भाई मैंने तो। इतने मस्त लॉजिक यूज करता हूँ मैं। फैन हो गया मैं तो अपना। नहीं यार, जब नींद पूरी नहीं होती तब मैं भी पागल होने सेटअप ले लेता हूँ। अब the next doubt. I did not even need to go to my charts. My top down was enough. Okay, nice, good Josh. Next doubt. Benefit. I just answered this. So, kind of value loss, you can say. No worries. And then this. Why? Again, the same answer. Why I did not short that M5 order block. It's not about entry model. It's more about narrative. At this moment, yes, daily profile would look in alignment to you. Enough of opposing range candle, clean order block, clean propulsion block. But only if I have the proper narrative. I have the narrative confirmed. I wasn't too confident with the narrative, maybe you can say. That's why I said why isn't anything much clear for me. When I'm saying this in regards to the higher time frame. Not 3 5 minutes. 3 5 minutes look too clean here, right? Too good, no doubt. But I am not framing any day just because it is London reversals on your contribution. Okay, any established low contribution of it, okay, it should move higher. No, I am framing them based off of the higher time frame framework. Everyone took this trade here, and I told why isn't anything much clear for me and why is it for you people, because I am putting a lot more emphasis on the higher time frames, daily H4. So maybe that would have been the reason. See why. Last did you trade what happened? वाकई याद ही है। So even if it would have left me, I would have still been okay. This would have gave to her, but I'm okay leaving that. I would instead use this as a framework to confirm the narrative more for me. I'm trading the narrative and not the entry models. See, more into waiting. because the narrative isn't too clear to me. When it is too clear, I would try to frame as early as possible. When it is not, I would most of the times wait for 9:30 to invalidate my idea XYZ. Now you do get it. This looks good on the low time frame, but I am not framing the entry model always. I'm framing the narrative. Entry model is just the last and easiest step. The same thing for that ES or NQ shot which you just shared here. Narrative over entry models. This is 100% valid based off of the entry model. But I wasn't too confident with the narrative on the higher time frames that this should work properly. Get it now? And see why I wasn't able to properly answer this just based off your shot. But when I used my top down, then I was able to answer it. Now, ये I have a doubt regarding obvious. यहाँ मैंने जहाँ लॉन्ग टर्म लगाया है वो आपके लिए वैलिड वो भी होता है, ये मेरे को डे देखना पड़ेगा या फिर पूरे रेंज. दिस इज जुलाई 8. यार मेरे को खराब करना पड़ेगा गंदे बंदे हो. जुलाई 8 दिस है. पिछो जल्दी. बिन परेशान बिन Yes, I could have looked long this day till high of the week, but I took ES shots. Yes, है नहीं नहीं पता नहीं. I took shots this day on ES. Don't know about this day, but I could have been looking for NQ longs just based off this framework. Yes, you can use manipulation off of this and 9 a.m. opposing, and this is Asia reversal. I would wanna see 9:30 set the tone. 9:30 comes there. The best moment to reverse if it was meant to be a bullish day was 9:30. If no protected swing, no clear swing is formed prior to it, off of here, or you can use this. Then 9:30 comes, makes an opposing run. और हितेश भाई आप कहाँ पे बोल रहे हो? 10 a.m. around है ना? Then 9:30 fails to reverse simply, right? This is not reversal to me. Then I am more so focused on this, that if this sponsors the move lower, this would be 9:30 failing to reverse. This acts as a kind of invalidation that if this was meant to be a bullish day, 9:30 should have reversed off of here because no clear manipulation prior to driver, and if the day has a good strong narrative, then the drivers are supposed to do some work. If there is clear manipulation prior to driver is supposed to expand away from it for that manipulation to be valid. If there is no clear manipulation, driver is supposed to manipulate and then expand. If driver fails to do its job, then the narrative isn't that strong enough, I would say. Then it is already a low probability day for me. Then when 9:30 fails to reverse off of this, then only thing which made me a bit okay, you can still look for entries is 10 a.m. could be an expansion candle, then yes, I could look. 9:30 fails to reverse off of this, then this becomes level of relevance, but ideally I am already less interested because 9:30 should have reversed, but when it does not, then 10 a.m. one thing which had my attention was it being a small wick high time frame candle. So Best time to do from the reversal was come here, close through this, immediately go, and not spend much time. If 9:30 is failing to reverse 10 a.m., I'm already less interested. M5 was too clear. Okay, best time to do it was now, but fails to do it, so then I'm already less interested. Now, maybe I don't think I would use this, I would use this. It's always narrative for me first, then entry models. Failing to reverse at 9:30, failing to reverse at 10 a.m., already showing lack of willingness, lack of urgency. This isn't strong of a narrative, right? So I won't even use this, I won't even use this. I would, even if I would still looking to frame, not even, still won't even look to frame it from here. I would use both of them for framework to see, yes, if 10 a.m. is still expanding through them, then if I get a continuation, then I would frame it. Okay, till here. Now let's see what actually happened. So now see why even this would have formed, even this would have formed. I wouldn't have taken them. It's more about narrative than entry models for me. Formed but failed, again swept, again and again showing lack of willingness to move. Formed first time showing displacement. I'm not trusting it immediately. Using this as a framework, if I get a continuation, then I would think of taking it. No continuation offered, simply nothing for me. See how drivers filter out bad days for you automatically. This should have reversed. If not this, then I'm already less interested. But one thing which captured my attention here was 10 a.m. being a small wick. Still could have been a bit valid, but I was already thinking that if normally I risk around $10, I would risk around 6 7 on it. For example, if I am risking $10 here, I would risk 6 7 here. But when this also fails, I'm not even gonna risk zero here, not here. If this looks appealing to me, clearly expands to then continuation, then this adds to my narrative. Okay, it actually wants to go there. Here, yes, now I could think. So narrative over entry models. One thing which filters out many losses for me is this. Do you people get it now? And I guess so. This looked valid at this moment for me to look for a continuation here as well. 10:30 immediately expanding away what 10 a.m. was supposed to do, like opposing candle formed prior to it, 10 a.m. immediately expanding. 10:30 did that. Opposing candle formed prior to it, 10:30 expanding, kind of adding to your narrative. Yes, now I'm want being more conservative to see if it actually wants to go and gives me a continuation entry. I do think I was still looking for entries there, but obviously with half the risk as I would have taken around there. Not would have not used this auto block, but 9:30 manipulation kind of idea. So I'm already making my size go down and still putting a bit more demands on price here, because 9:30 driver failing, 10 a.m. failing, already the narrative is less probable to me. Then it should show me much clear willingness, aggressiveness for me to get a bit interested. This is the first step in it, and then if it would have came something this enough range opposing candle or a intermediate term low, then I would have taken it, obviously with less risk, but yes, high time frame looked good. Expands away, yes, looks good, but no continuation offered. I was thinking to take this, maybe, but risk reward was already skewed for me. But I guess not skewed around 1.7 hour. I was thinking maybe I could take an optimized entry here if this closes, because yes, this is what I was wanting to take. Continuation entry rejecting from there, enough range so I don't need an intermediate term low there. But this also failed to give me an entry. Then once the next candle displaces through it, I am already off my charts now. This is complete invalidation. 9:30 partially invalidated the idea, 10 a.m. partially invalidated, this completely invalidated. See how, why indices are my main preference due to the driver alignment. Been good session after a long period of time. One answer narrative over entry model. One answer narrative over entry models, and one answer narrative over entry model. Then this. Okay, now the confusing doubt. I would require a bit more time for this. ये डाउट इसलिए आया क्योंकि मुझे लग रहा था कि ओ मुझे ये ठीक लग रहा था, but now I'm less interested by low time frame framework. High time frame narrative is of more relevance to me, which is already less willing for me. So even if low time frame looks too good, I'm less interested. So I don't get lost just in the low time frame projects. Now I have one confusion. If you help me solve it, oh, let's see, like if we are expecting a bullish day, but price opens highs first. I think I should answer your doubts in parts, or let me have a read fully. After sweep previous day high or tapped any H1, H4 key level, it starts moving down. I would assume you don't have a system, no worries, you could use mine. But in London, I don't frame London. In London, we get a bullish structure that aligns with our bias. What do you exactly mean by bullish structure that aligns with your bias? It could be different for you, it could be different for me. So should we execute? This is kind of a discretionary decision. Like she maybe would have executed this, but I did not. I did execute this. This depends on the personal discretion, when you can trust the narrative, when you can't. I wasn't okay with the high time frame narrative. Just with this, I simply did not take this. And and आपकी कहाँ पे है वो हितेश भाई? I wasn't too much comfortable with the high time frame narrative. This kind of same doubt. So I simply not I am not being a bit aggressive. I am leaning into being a bit more conservative. Again, kind of same answer. Narrative over entry model, but less of an entry model question, but more of a narrative. If you are having much conviction, why not go for it? What should, if you don't have a target already, how are you framing it? Your question itself, your question answers your question. If you don't have a clear narrative based off of the high time frame charts, you don't know where to frame, why to frame. You're just framing 3 5 minute setups every day. That isn't you should be doing. Or we can take a counter trend. You should be having a plan prior to it. Like I just made my plan for these assets. Like if I would short, I would short from here. If I would long, I would long from here. I already know where to look for, what to look for, what to target. Okay, bullish, then from here. If it fails to reverse off of there, then shorting all other assets still there. What to look for, where to look for. You should already have a plan. Incorporate more high time frame. And now this one separately. If we are expecting a bullish day, okay. Let me see for which asset I am expecting. Okay, RB. Nice. RB and CL. I'm expecting a bullish continuation till there, right? I'm expecting a bullish continuation till there. Okay, no worries. Now your doubt is after sweep previous day high. Okay, good. This sweeps previous day high. Okay, step by step. I just marked out previous day high. See, I did not cheat. This is previous day high. Okay. I just marked out previous day high or tabbed any H1, H4. I don't see any H1, H4, but leave it. Previous day high, yes. And it starts moving down. I won't pay any much of attention to it because I use relevant swing. This isn't a relevant swing to me. Like, I be comfortable framing daily OHLC off of this? No. I simply know what to look for, where to look for. That is where my plan comes in, which I have made prior to it. That gives me clarity. That removes the anxiety. That removes the like over trading thing. That removes me taking bad setups. I already know what to look for, where to look for. And if I don't know, why am I still trying to frame? Ask this to yourself. If you don't know what is going on the high time frame, why are you still trying to frame? Just out of desperation. Then you gotta work on it, work on yourself maybe. I only have relevant things marked on my chart. If I would short, I would short from there. If I would long, I would long till there as my target. I hope your question would have been answered a bit. Let me read it again. If you are expecting a bullish day open price, now you should know which to pay attention. If let me see which if gold sweeps previous day high, this previous day high, right? And then starts coming back inside, would I frame it? Yes, it has the framework for me to frame bearish like reversal of a previous day high. You should know what you can do prior, if this then that, which would give you more clarity and less doubt. Like if this happens, I would do that. If that does not happen, I would sit at my hands. If this one thing happens, I would do that. If that happens, I would do this. Okay, same thing. I if price sweeps previous day on HO and starts moving down, this is previous day, right? Starts moving down, would I frame it? Yes. If the daily profile aligns, then I would frame it as a bearish reversal. You should know what levels you can easily frame away from, or where protected swings can form. Can I frame off of previous day on HO? Yes. Can I frame from RB? No. Previous day high is not a level where a protected swing could form. This is a level where a protected swing could form, like here. And my model is just trading away from protected swings. This was a level where a protected swing could form, right? Get it now? I hope so. If you are here, but if you are not, do watch the recording. If I get the setup, like suppose aligning with the ideas which I already made, and that is being aligned with the narrative, would I hesitate taking it? No. If I am hesitating, I would simply reassess my bias, because there would be reasons I would be hesitating on that setup. So why not work on that root cause? Know your weakness, work on them. But you wanna ignore and still expect growth. I do not know what to say you. Use one thing which I can say you don't have clarity in what you trade. I do have. And so I'm okay leaving thousands of opportunities which are not for me. But you simply don't know what you are going to trade, what you trade, or what you don't trade. I know what I trade. And if it is not there, I won't trade. Simple. Be selective, be ruthlessly selective with what you trade, and only trade that and not what thousands of other people trade. I hope this would have helped the people attending the session currently, and that guy as well, if he watches the record. Was I able to answer this in a good way? आप लोगों से पूछ रहा हूँ चोरो. I'm asking from you people. दिन पर यार अभी 1:30 से 200 5 मिनट पहले 130 थे, अभी 200 लगा से हो गई चीटिंग. 2:30 से पहले सोना. Would this be a range low? You can use this as a relevant swing, but range low, this would be a range low term for me. Range high, range low. And if price action is not clear to you, simply avoid. Simply avoid. This is July 10. ES had the framework to long, maybe long, yes. And how you could have known that? By my asset selection logic, maybe 10 July. This, yes. Ho ho ho. Been Paris. NQ had the predicted swing. Oh, ये कहाँ पे मार गया? NQ had the predicted swing here previous day. You are talking about this, right? You are talking about this, right? But I won't look too long NQ anyways. Remove like ignore this for a moment. Ignore this. You are talking about this, right? If you use my asset selection logic, I wouldn't have been looking to long this anyways. ES was a better asset to me simply. The people who have watched my asset selection logic simply know. And I myself framed ES this day, Thursday, 10 July. मैंने पोस्ट करा था क्या? पता नहीं. Yes. See, same H4 framework, range I still being objective, but I had to go out. That's why I closed the position around there, took a partial there, then closed fully there when it was getting a bit messy. This was my overall objective, and I already have got a bad fill. I had to go out with sister, this, that, many factors. So I just closed it. I was already expecting a true breakout over previous day. That's why I was positioned prior to it because objective was way higher. So took partial there, not even partial at previous day because I had conviction in my bias. Previous day I was a relevant spot to to take a partial, but I did not partial there. Partial there, then I took all of around there because I had already got a bad fill. I should have been filled here, but here reducing my RR and it was getting a bit late. I had to go out. I simply decided to close the rest position and be peaceful while staying out. So ES would have been simply the better pick. And see, it reached the objective and NQ did not. And most of the guys who are attending the session currently, I do think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wrong thing was a bit inactive, but all others would have watched asset selection logic and maybe all of them would have been able to tell ES was definitely a better pick to long than NQ, 100%. And ES reaches the objective as well with less resistance. See how high resistance framework it was for NQ. If I show you M15, M5, many people got stopped out around here, maybe longing this, maybe longing this. Okay, bro, London reversal New York should continue, but I am not framing just based off this. I'm framing from higher time frame. Higher time frame told me if you want a short NQ. I was looking to short NQ. Trust me, I was looking to short NQ. I did not get any opportunity. 930 forms manipulation high of the day. What was the framework behind NQ short? Like I did not get an opportunity. Previous day high range high manipulation, next day continuation. Away from it. I was looking to short till there until there. Not so large way. So I could. And till H4 FVG as well. I was looking to short till there. But I never got the opportunity. 930 manipulation. See here. 930 manipulates. This adds into my narrative. Thus NQ more bearish than bullish. And so I am willingly okay. I'm like I could be aggressive going short, but it wasn't followed by any continuation entry. This was too good of a framework for me. I am 100% willing off of this. 930 opening in close proximity to level where protected swing could forms the high of the day by 930 driver manipulation immediately expands away, shows me willingness to trade away from this protected high, right? But did not get a good follow through and reaches its objective. So I simply don't execute on it. And by the time 10 a.m. opens, ES gives me framework to long instead, and I do long. But I still waited for not even executed this more willingness. Just like how Hitesh bhai, if you remember, one doubt I asked, I just solved of NQ, maybe which day it was. Same price action expanding away, then I would want enough range to add to my narrative. Even this was valid. Then that day it rejected but displaced through this. Then I am already pissed off very much. Not much interested, but it did close. I take the entry. That day it did not close. I was already less interested with the high time frame narrative, but yes, I had conviction with long in then low time frame framework aligned. I simply not take the 10 a.m. entry, I take the 10:30 entry. This was valid as well. This, but I am waiting for more structure to add to my narrative because if NQ wanted to go lower till the range low, like here or here, and this level, this H4 level sponsored this retracement higher, then it could have gone from here. So I am not immediately shorting this and not immediately longing that. Sorry, it was this. Sorry. So I'm using this as a framework. If I get a continuation away from it and ES fails to give a long setup, I would take it. But at the same time, around there, ES was looking like bullish here. If I get a continuation away from it, failing the NQ's long framework, I will long ES. More of a discretional framework. Many of the things I do are not based off of the entry models. mostly related to narrative. When I would wait more, when I would wait less. This was the entry I took, and it reached the all-time high. Yes, good Josh. This looked valid 100%. But I'm using this as a framework, just like I was using that 3-minute entry for NQ as a framework as well. This good closer, immediate displacement, but as a framework. And this was good to good. 10 a.m. open, see open, high, establish high over 10 a.m. Open, high, displacing well. Then I'm just seeing if ES fails to give a bullish continuation and this stays intact and it gives me a continuation. I still have enough room till the objective. I could easily frame, right? So more of a decisions which are framed live, then you can tell about them in the hindsight. Yes, I do remember because this was a kind of recent projection. 10 July, today is 30. Had it been way earlier, I would have forgot maybe. So always narrative over entry models. Getting it? And I would say, I must say today, two good session after a long time. So all that wait was worth it for you people. Whenever is और ये डाउट किसका था वैसे कहाँ से कहाँ पहुँच गया मैं देखो मैंने कुछ फालतू तो नहीं मार्क करा यहाँ पे नहीं मैंने कुछ फालतू तो नहीं मार्क करा यहाँ पे नहीं ओके डोंट यू डेयर mess up my charts okay doubts hopefully this is being recorded yes Mikey audio was recorded yes good Josh and I wanted to answer him but I just answered him he wouldn't have got this just by means of text from me, so I simply kept it for the doubt session. Do we mark a valid SMT when candle close or we mark it even it is still in trend? Watch my asset selection video for using SMT and use one simple thing displacement away, be it SMT, be it a relevant level if you are framing manipulation. Once price reaches it and starts to displace away from it, only then I would pay attention to that relevant level, be it SMT, be it high time frame order block, be it FVG, be it range high, be it all time high, anything. Once price shows you displacement, this isn't much of a displacement, so I won't pay much attention to it. This also isn't much of a displacement, so I won't pay much attention to it. This is a 60-minute chart. GBP looks more better to long instead of EU. If I were to short, I would short EU. If I were to long, I would long GU. GU has a projected swing, and on the lower time frame, it looks like it is displacing away from this. So actually reversing off of this low, not because of SMT, because of this level being tagged and price displacing away from there, then SMT as a confluence. But even if you use this SMT, this is a displacement, this is not a displacement. I would instead short towards these failure swing if I get an opportunity. Okay, I have to mention these guys 11 Draco ICT. Okay, I just answered out of ICT. Nice. और और किसका Zara is here and Hitesh Bhai is here. So just these three guys. 11 Draco ICT. Uh, ओ ये कहाँ से सेव हो गया? 11 Draco ICT. Okay. Now, do you guys have any more doubts? 2:31 it is. I could still take out 10-15 minutes more because now I am kinda in the flow state, so I could answer a bit better than I could have answered them 30 minutes ago. So if you have, do answer them. I hosted a 1 hour long session about it with examples of how many assets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 assets. 4 index, 3 gold, silver, XA, UR, 3 CL, HORB, 10 assets. And deep breakdown, I would say deep explanation. But the recording of 4 indexes would not be available because the only the audio got recorded, the screen wasn't visible, but the other 6 assets CLRBHO, gold, silver, XAUER were recorded, and I would upload it by tomorrow. Can you please take a session on narrative and how? अभी मैंने क्या करा, इसको मैं मार्च लाऊं दुबई जाके है. Okay, I could do better, but today's session was kinda about that, but not exactly. But you would have got an overview, and please take a session on narrative. Why not revisit the mentorship and only apply the concepts when it is crystal clear to you and not everywhere? Like you would have noticed one habit in me, I simply avoid when it is not clear to me. I'm not like too desperate to frame every move every day. I'm selective with what I trade. So I know when to avoid, when not to. So be selective so you would get clarity in that order as well. Been for the other sick and study deeply. So for narrative, just mainly focus on highs and lows. How price is reacting to highs and lows mainly, I would say. And opposing candles you could use, yes, opposing candles and highs lows. But the main thing, highs and lows, always. If you notice how I framed my ideas over these assets, just how price was reacting from highs lows, how I would be framing longs, how I would be framing shorts, how price reacts to this low, how I would be framing shorts, how price would react to this high, how price reacts to this high. Get it? And you could use internal ranges as well, but that is kind of a bit advanced. Maybe master the basics, then advance would get easy as well. किसी और ने एक क्वेश्चन पूछा था यूट्यूब में एक दिन कि शॉर्टिंग टिल 50% ऑफ द रेंज, वो किसी ने तो पूछा था. डाउट्स में नहीं भेजा पर उसने, मेरे को था कि मैं वो तो लूंगा डाउट सेशन में. अभी याद आया. मैंने उसको बोला टू गुड ऑफ अ डाउट. किसको बोला? अच्छा डाउट था उसका. जगदम याद आया मेरे को. यूट्यूब भाई याद करो, मार चलेगी सबको. बिन परिस पहले इनको लिख देता हूँ ना. ये लिखने की जरूरत है? Please show me that out. I accidentally remembered, but most of the time I would forget if they aren't stacked in the right place. ओ मैंने टॉप डाउन अभी भी नहीं डाला यूट्यूब है, कल मैंने टॉप टॉप डाउन डालना है, क्या चक्कर है भाई? या व्हाई नॉट डू इट नाउ? व्हाई नॉट either that doubt or either top down? Whenever is यार किसी ने तो पूछा था भाई, अच्छा था। This doubt would have been answered today. मैं पागल हो जाऊंगा अगर वो डाउट नहीं मिला मेरे को, सबको मार चला दूंगा।
राधे भाई,
राधे
जो
राधे
इसमें
राधे।
डाला है
हाँ जी,
रितेश भाई ने डाल तो दिया है
डाल
चैट
दिया।
में।
बताते ही नहीं है ये लोग, जस भाई आपने मेरे को भेज दिया, इन लोगों ने तो बताया भी नहीं, देखा है जो लोग हैं। आई हैव भेजा किसने था? इसी बंदे है, ये नहीं हो सकता है, ये सेम कैसे डाउट है? इधर तो 50% रेंज है, कहीं लिखा मैंने अभी पढ़ा। अच्छा लास्ट क्वेश्चन था, लास्ट। ये मैंने यहीं तक पढ़ा, पता है, मैंने यहीं तक पढ़ा इसको, तभी मेरे को लगा ये 50% किसी और में था। पर जिस सेंस में मैं सोच रहा था डाउट, ये 50% इसने उस सेंस में नहीं पूछा है, पता है। तो इसको आंसर फिर वो वाला करो ही कैसे? नॉर्मल चीजें इसको कंफ्यूज हो रही हैं, वो तो स्टिल थोड़ी एडवांस है यूडी भाई। हमेशा मैं वो वाई एम वाली वो एग्जांपल यूज करूंगा क्योंकि वो काइंड ऑफ बेस्ट थी, क्योंकि मैंने एग्जीक्यूट भी मारा था और उस दिन एम ने भी सेम ली थी, और मैंने वो लाइव स्टेज पे मारी थी। लाइक आई टुक दैट पोजीशन while executing live in the live stage, and around 25 or 30 people were watching me. I don't know how that much people joined that day, but 25 to 30 or maybe 34 joined at one time that day, and I shot it, and it was a 4 5 hour position. I took that live, and it was too good based off the high time frame framework. Many people got confused. It was a high time frame retracement position, but based off of weekly range as well. So kind of good. I have taken kind of similar positions on gold, but on indices there are some positions that would stick in my mind like too good. So if you remember, or if you don't, I would make you remember. I have gave you that framework many times. If I just replay till that day, you would remember now, right? Now do you remember? Whenever is do you remember, sir, now? ये था या कोई और था? मैंने ये I took shot this day as well, but was it this when I took it on live stage, or was it a different one? Maybe this, maybe not. But I remember it was a YM shot which I took on live stage, and it was around New York, 3 minute, 5 minute maybe. And I do remember the same fact that AM took that same position the same day, and that too on YM, which he never trades. That was his first time trading YM. So many things happened at the same time, so that's why that event stayed in my mind. been a Paris. What could have been, if not this, what could have been the other shot I would have taken? यहाँ से तो लॉन्ग लॉन्ग ही है, फिर मैंने शॉर्ट कहाँ लिया होगा? मेरे को वो दिन याद करना है, वो अच्छा था। श्योर, ये अभी भी कहाँ से आती है मेरे को नोटिफिकेशन? और यहाँ पे यहाँ पे यहाँ पे, इधर इधर। बिन परिश्रम। नहीं यार, 10 AM के बाद है वो। 9:30 अराउंड ली थी, या 9:30 एक्सपेक्टेशन थी एक्सपैंड करनी। प्लीज ढूंढ दो मेरे को, बड़ा माना है। छोड़ो, मैं नहीं ढूंढ रहा। Why not make our top downs? He he he. Along this day, maybe I would have shot it. Along this day as well. पता नहीं। I don't know. I don't know. Okay, no worries. Why not make a top-down format two positions? One HO win and one ES loss. You said some days are meant. Yes, that is what I was trying to show. No, I won't trade every retracement, but there is a specific framework when I would trade retracement. Give me a protected swing, I would trade away from it if I tell you a simple answer. And only if you would have watched the mentorship in the right order, you would know what is your objectives. If you're trying to frame from IRL to ERL, you try to frame that IRL around EQ of previous range and internal levels around EQ. And if you're trying to frame ERL to RL, still the same objective, till the EQ of previous day, not previous day range, but previous range, and internal levels resting around EQ of previous range. And if you're trying to frame IRL to ERL, same thing, internal levels. But I won't trade retracement if I won't have a protected swing. I would trade retracement in exceptional cases, rare cases, but yes, if I have the driver alignment, if I have a protected swing to my side, not any 3 minute, 5 minute protected swing, any protected swing on the high time frame, which I can trade away from in simple language. Why not give example for that day? But I don't, I'm not able to remember which was the day I took short on why I'm in the lifestyle, but this was a day I took it. Previous day looks too bullish, right? Too bullish. It was a SMT there as well, right? If I show you RTY, चल जा, मैंने गंदी मार चला देनी आज. See, it was SMT with RTY and followed by displacement higher. So valid SMT, right? मैंने मार चला देनी, गलत एसेट खोलता है हमेशा. But too much displacement, right? Too much. Then going into next day, relevant levels, one this and one just previous day, which I have to work with. But currently RTY has a protected swing, right? And you could think of this as a long-term objective. But can price change its phases onto its way till there, right? Yes. But for me to frame retracement, if driver aligns with it, then that day would not be able to be expansion. Then that day would close as a retracement, and respecting EQ of previous day's range. This day would do something like this, and then next day would do the job. Because if the driver aligns with it, daily is small wick, then this day, even if the best bullish framework, even in a best bullish framework, this day is supposed to be retracement. And with retracement, EQ of previous day's range or previous range. Took out previous day with small wick. I'm not okay with it at the moment. I do not know if this retracement gonna end the same day or next, but when driver aligns with it, I do have a protected swing to my side. Driver, if it would have reversed, the best spot for it would have been around there, 9:30, around there, right? But instead it does this. Okay, this was 8:30 driver CPI, much better. You can see highs being rejected, so this day is kind of being a bearish order flow day, right. Then, but as this is not a reversal, so I won't frame till the opposing ends. I would just frame till EQ of previous range. Nice. You can frame it on M15. I personally would prefer M5, M3 here. क्या खुला मेरे से अब ट्विटर बंद करो इसको तब. And then again using the same asset selection logic, right? Now that you guys know that as asset selection logic, I was using it April as well, but I could not teach it back then to you people. This would have confused you more than it would have done good to you, right? Watch any other asset, be it NQ, be it ES, SMT there, 100% yes, but I am not totally comfortable. NQ you could have shorted this, yes, maybe. SMT with YM, if you use SMT with YM, if not, then simply don't. And if you use it with RTY, I won't have taken RTY because neither did it manipulate this. Even if you use SMT this way, I won't prefer. And if you have a look at the low time frame price action there, and NQES would have gave you a too good entry after that as well, right? Use SMT there, then manipulation of this you can use to short around 830 itself. Then if not there, clear protected swing found prior to 930. 830 manipulation. What is 930 supposed to do? You already have protected swing to your side. 930 should distribute. You have another continuation protected swing to your side prior to 930. 930 is supposed to expand. This is driver backing or aligning with your narrative. If you don't take this, this is the best entry you could take. Then the drivers are supposed to expand. Yes, a bit messy, but still gives you that. And if you have a look, मैं मार चलाऊंगा MNQE और वो क्यों बोल रहे हैं. The asset which expanded with least resistance being YM. See, NQ a bit resistant there, right? Now see YM easily moving, clean opposing candle retracement, paying closer to, then easily moving again. Then 10 AM open high, then again 11 AM open high. Now makes sense asset selection. compare all assets, NQ here, and he is still better. He is still better. And RTY, let me see, not good, not too good. If you would have taken it here, I wouldn't have taken it here anyways. You would have taken it here at the same time, 2.65. And if you frame YM, if you take it there, this is SMT at the same time, 5.55 RR. If you take it there, you get a chance to add to your position. So this looks like 2.83 RR, but when you pyramid your position, this becomes a 7-8 R position. Then ESNQ much better than RTY anyhow. So I explained way too much things, I would say. There is a reason I do remember even some days of price action of some days which are like way back in price action, because I would have journaled them. Doesn't matter if I would have taken a win, break even, loss, but I love journaling good days. I love journaling bad days as well. I love getting info out of them. यार shut up, मार चलेगी, मैंने EQ लगाया हुआ है उसमें अभी भी. अब ठीक है. Now good to go. Now time, we can make a top down. Let me see what would I require for it. ओए कितना कुछ लिखते हो तुम लोग. Why do you think I am American? थक गया. अब daily H4 done. Just daily profiling. Okay. Why not turn the recording off in the at the first place? Do you guys have any more doubts? Please say no. If you have, ask them tomorrow. Whenever is uh, why not pronounce the name right way first? So I would end the recording here. Better, but not right. You could see it in my profile. It would be much better, I guess. So I would end the recording here. It will be uploaded in a few days because these are two recordings. Okay, bye bye. Have a good session.